Today's tropical weather update is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.
A pleasant good day, everyone. I am Letitia Humphreys, in with your tropical weather outlook update for today, Wednesday, 12th November 2025. Now, we're 18 days away from the end of the tropical Atlantic hurricane season, and we're not presently monitoring any systems or signs of tropical cyclone activity development. We are, however, monitoring a high surf, or we have an high surf advisory that will go into effect for British Virgin Islands, Anguilla and Barbuda later tonight until Friday, associated with some swells coming out of the North Atlantic. And this is coming from a low pressure system sending some northwesterly swells into our coastal areas. These swells could come in as high as 1.8 meters or as high as 6 feet. Now, the surfs associated with these swells could be twice the height of these swells, so we're looking at surfs possibly breaking as high as 12 feet. Now, if you happen to go to the beaches, particularly on the northern or the northwestern side of the island, you may see some rolling waves coming in. So as these waves are approaching and they approach the shallow areas, they will tend to break. So we call them breaking waves or surfs. These are rather hazardous, especially for beachgoers or anyone who is doing anything around the coastal areas. Another hazard associated with these swells, they're known as rip currents. So whenever you go to the beaches, before you enter the water, please be on the lookout to identify areas where rip currents may be occurring. So a rip current essentially is a narrow area of water that is rushing back out into the sea. So you will happen to see on either side, you will see the water coming in, but then in between, there is some water going back out. So it's an area where there are no crashing waves, and also you can see seaweed, etc., being pulled back out. So these rip currents can travel up to as fast as 5 miles per hour, which is even faster than an Olympic swimmer. The average swimmer would go at around 2 miles per hour. So if you happen to get trapped in any of these rip currents, allow it to pull you out, or try to swim parallel to the shoreline, but do not swim against the current. So you can allow it to pull you out and then go parallel to get out of the rip current, swim parallel to the shoreline, and then you can either wave for help, draw some attention, or if you can, swim back to the shoreline. Again, these rip currents tend to occur in near sandbars, and also just be on the lookout to see that there is an area where the water is pulling back out. It is going against the regular activity or the waves on the other side coming in and crashing. So in this area, it tends to be rather or much calmer than the area surrounding it. So now, whenever you happen to go on out to the beaches, we advise you to never swim alone. Try to spot these rip currents before entering into the water, and understand your beach flags. Understand whether a high surf advisory has been issued or if it is a warning. So if you happen to see a red flag, that means no swimming. There is a warning in effect. If you happen to see a yellow or an orange flag, it means there is a swimming hazard and use caution. Of course, when in doubt, don't go out. Try to swim at beaches where lifeguards are present, because from an elevated area, you are able to spot these rip currents much faster. So again, when in doubt, do not go out. And now I will turn over to my colleague, Sharissa Humphreys, to give you a forecast for the rest of the day. Sharissa, take it away.
Thank you, Letitia, for that informative update on the high surf advisory. Now we're going to take a look at our satellite imagery for today across us in the Eastern Caribbean, especially in the Leeward and the British Virgin Islands. We have seen a few low-level patches coming through for the morning, and of course overnight there was some heavier showers associated with some heavier patches that came through. But for today, we're not seeing much in terms of heavy shower activity, just a few light showers here or there. But further on to the east, we're seeing an increase in moisture and instability on the wind flow, which could bring some afternoon and nighttime showers later on. So if we're taking a look at our forecast for this afternoon, we have a 60% chance of showers. Our temperature highs could reach 32 degrees Celsius. or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and our winds are out of the east at 9 to 18 miles per hour. So we hope everyone enjoyed their day. And of course, if you have any pictures or videos that you want to keep up with us in our weather community, please send them to abmsiwatch@gmail.com. And we thank you for sending, for those who have sent so far. And of course, keep on looking on our Facebook, Instagram, and the rest of our social media pages for more updates, and stay safe for the rest of the hurricane season. Thank you for watching. I'm Shrissa Humphreys.
Today's tropical weather update has been brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.